Well, hello there, guys. How's it going? Hope you guys are all doing really good. Today we're going to take a look at this Les Paul Jr. copy. This is the first guitar mod of 2024. I love doing this kind of stuff. We're going to add two vintage Epiphone USA P90s and probably a three-way switch and a few other little goodies along the way. This is kind of like my shop guitar. It's been an ongoing experiment. I let my son do some relic work to it and put some checking in it. He did a really nice job. So I love the guitar. It plays well. It feels really good in your hand. Nice and resonant. So I want to just make it right. It's not, you can't intonate the thing. The saddle's tipping. So we're going to yank this guitar completely apart right now. And we're going to start from scratch and completely redo it and keep messing with it until we get it right. Okay, so we're going to take these out. I still got enough string clearance to get them out, so they're quite long. It takes a little bit of elbow grease. Okay, there we go. Those are out. Okay, so the next move I think what we'll do is unbolt the neck. Alright, let's get this out. Kind of a nice feature having a bolt-on neck on a Gibson, I must say. Instead of taking it off with heat and steam and whatever, this one we can unbolt. It just makes things a lot easier to try to do a bunch of work to your guitar and still have the neck attached. So I kind of like the design, honestly. Alright, so coming out nice and snug, that's a good thing. Okay, neck fits nice and tight in there, that's really good too. Alright, I'm going to get this out of the way. Alright, let's open up the control cavity here and get that uncovered. Alright. We'll put all new good pots and caps back in this when we get done too. Alright. They're just mini pots. Nothing substantial here, but they worked okay. Alright, so I guess the next step is to remove the jack plate, the strap buttons. I'm going to take this right down to the bare essentials. Alright, let's get the knobs off it. And I got to get a wrench out to loosen these up. I decided to leave the jack plate in it, and I just took the nut off the jack and pushed the jack back up inside the control cavity. I didn't really need to take the jack plate off because I'm just going to end up putting another jack back in there, so I figured I'd leave it. Okay, let's push these down through, get those washers out of there. Perfect. Now, let's take the pick guard off it. I'm trying to do this in real time as much as I can. If you get bored, you can fast forward. It just takes a minute. I was going to get my little power drill out, but I think it's a little more relaxing not having the power tools out, you know, when you guys are watching these too. I don't really like hearing hammers and drills and all that, although sometimes there's no other way around it, especially like when you're doing refrets or something. You have to pound the frets in. It's just the way it goes. But okay, so let's take these all out. And I'm just keeping track of these as I go. I've got a little container started over here with parts in it too. Alright, so there we go. Next we'll get the pick guard out. So I'm going to take these 4 screws around, out on the outside here, around the pickup ring. And this pickup will just end up going in the pile in the cabinet with the other ones, but, you know, sometimes when guitars come in, it's nice to have a few extras kicking around. Sometimes they come in with bad pickups, somebody needs a spare, you know, just to get them out of a bind, and it's just good to have a few kicking around, you know what I mean. All right, getting close here, and I want to keep those screws separate. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. That's a really kind of thin humbucker, but it's really potent. 11.5, I think this ohmed out at. Okay, so we're going to have to unhook the controls and probably either just clip or unsolder a wire here to get this out. So we'll do that next. Okay, so just to make it easy, I'm going to clip the wires. And I'm clipping them at the potentiometer here where they connect to that. Don't cut them off the pickup, okay? You want to leave those wires as long as you can so you can reuse the stuff, okay? All right, so that's out. We got a ground wire hanging out of there, which we may end up reattaching to anyway. The ground wire comes in through here and then grounds to this post. Now the posts feel okay, but this Sheila kit came with some new ones, so I think we're gonna extract these and use the new ones, and just so we know it's gonna fit correctly and we don't have to worry about this rocking again. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so I stuck the original bolts back in here. There you go. I mean, those are loose. But what I'm going to do is use those to help kind of pull the saddle out, okay? Yep, that's right. I'm using a hammer. I got a couple pieces of plastic on here just so I don't really scratch this and dent it. I'm not going to pull it that hard. Yeah, it's starting to come out already. So again, there we go. That one's out. All right, so let's screw this one down in a little bit more. And again, I'm going to just use a little bit of pressure on here. And we're going to try to pull that right out, okay? There we go. You can see it coming right up. Yeah, didn't take a lot. So that's cool. Those are out. And just going to check the fitment on the new ones. So the new ones aren't really that big either. So what I think we may have to do is plug this hole off and this one and re-drill them. There's just really no other way to do it that I can see and have it not be sloppy. You know, I didn't try this yet. I'm going to try the new bolt in the old anchor. See if it's even close. That could be an option. Okay. Nope. The threads are different. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to do that. No go there. Well, let's go to plan B. Okay, so what ended up happening was this. The original ones were pretty loose in there, okay? Then I took the ones from the Shaler bridge, and those were way too small. So I ended up taking some new anchors from this other replacement bridge that I had. Those fit in there nice and tight. So the next hurdle was this. I needed to find a bolt that would fit in here in this slot, and this is from the new replacement bridge, but it won't fit in, it's too big. So same thing again. These are the Shaler ones. They're pretty sloppy, and they don't fit into these bushings, anchors I should say. So what I ended up doing was taking the original bolts. I'm trying to find one. Here's one right here. These are pretty gnarled up too, so that's okay. But these ones will fit in the anchor. Okay. And they also actually fit better in the Shaler bridge than even the ones that came with the Shaler bridge. This distance from here to here is actually a lot better on these. So with the combination of parts from all three of them, I think I got something I can work with. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is drive these bushings down in. I'm going to pause the camera so you don't have to listen to the noise on your phone or TV. So give me a second. All right, we got them in. They're all flush. Did chip a little paint around that side. This is a relic guitar, so it's not a big deal, but you know, you have to watch that kind of stuff. It can happen. So just a word of warning. All right, so we got the anchors in. I put the original screws into the new anchors, and this fits on there nice and snug. It doesn't even wiggle hardly. So that's a good thing. And we'll be able to adjust it up and down now, which is going to be nice. I did have a thought. When I get this to the height that I want to get it at, if these are backed out, I'm going to put some washers under there. And it might take a few times, you know, I'll measure it and find what I need to use for a shim. But I want to be able to screw these down tight so they don't move at all. And it's also going to transfer vibration and stuff into the guitar better. So that's a thought, you know. If you guys have them raised up and the bolts are loose, it's going to tip the saddle too. So, okay, so that went well. We're all set up for the new saddle. I'm just going to take these back out for now and consolidate all these parts together since I've got them all so they'll work together. Again, this is a lot of trial and error sometimes to get this stuff to fit right. You know, sometimes what they send you isn't exactly what it looks like in the package is, you know, there's a lot of window appeal sometimes to these things, and they're really not that well made. So sometimes you have to alter the plan and, you know, use whatever's going to work and fit nice and tight in there. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at these pickups, how that's going to work. We're definitely going to need to route this cavity out to accommodate for them. And like I said before, I may actually route a cavity the shape of the pickup, okay? So that way I can have control over the height and be able to adjust it too. I know these are made to basically screw right to the body, but I think I'm going to want it so I can adjust them. I mean, I'm going to have the option here to do it. So they're not going to work in that size cavity that the humbucker was in, so we're going to have to make a few adjustments. I'm also going to have to route a cavity up here to accommodate for the other one, and probably some sort of a channel down through here for wiring. And I may try to drill a hole up in here possibly and put a toggle up here like a real Les Paul would have. A lot of thoughts going on right now, guys, honestly. Like I said, I love doing this stuff. It's just the unknowns and what can I make this thing into, you know? How far can I take it? How far do I dare to take it? I think this is going to be a cool one. I really do. The two P90s are going to sound great in my opinion. And like I said, I don't know. We'll see. I've thought about maybe doing 2 volumes in a master tone as well. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to spitball a few ideas. Like I said, I'd like to somehow get a switch up in here. If I route this out here, I should be able to poke a hole up in there and then drive one down and maybe make a cavity for a 3-way switch. That would be really cool. And just, you know, it's kind of the go-to spot when you play a Les Paul. You just get used to it being there, you know, when you want to change pickups, like a Strat or a Telly, you know, you just know where to go. So that's the plan for this one anyway. So what we're going to have to do in the next video here, this one's starting to get a little long. I'll get stuff set up for the routing. I'll get my router set up. We'll get everything laid out and see what we can come up with. I think my first goal is going to be to get the pickups in here and have them adjustable and kind of build around that. I think is my plan. Once I get those in, the rest of it won't be any big deal to me at all. And I don't see these as being a big deal either. It's just, you know, some router work, a little hacking, not a big deal. You know, the width on the cavity that's there is okay. So, you know, possibly I may be able to just extend the ends out, you know, and use that one. I'll probably experiment with this one first and get everything right, and then I'll move up here and, you know, we'll plunge route a cavity for that one, and hopefully it should go pretty good, really. I don't think it's a big job, but a fun one nonetheless. I love doing stuff like this, you know, like I said. And if you got an old guitar kicking around, you know, find some pickups. If you got pickups kicking around, find a guitar. Good project. You don't need much. A few hand tools. You're going to need a soldering iron. I mean, not much to it. Really inexpensive to do and a good way to learn how to do it. Okay, guys, so that's part one on this one. The dismantling, some of the layout. We've got the new anchors installed for the Sheila bridge, which is going to be great. We can intonate the guitar with adjustable saddles. Pretty pumped about that. And I think we're looking pretty good. Not bad for the first section. We got all the electronics stripped out of it too. So not bad. I mean, it didn't take that long. I tried to do it basically in real time, other than, you know, some screwdriver work, which you could do with power tools. I could have probably took this apart in 10 minutes, you know, honestly, if I weren't filming it. But I just want to show you guys the process and show you guys what I'm up to. And there'll be many more of these this year, trust me. This is really something I enjoy doing. It's always fun. The results are always pretty cool. If you plan it out, they can be very cool. So that's what I'm hoping for with this one, guys. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in. And this won't take long. This may possibly be back together in another video, maybe two. I'm going to say we'll take at least two more. I'll show you the routing and all that stuff, how I do it. I'll try to do it right in front of you too, so you can see what's going on in real time, if I can do it. And I think that's the best way, really. Then you guys get a real feel for what's going on, and you know, if you want to tackle it yourself, you can use it as reference. I'll try to describe all the router bits and that kind of thing as I go too. So anyway, part one, I think we're looking pretty good so far. As I said before, this is solid wood. This isn't a plywood guitar. I'm not sure what the wood is. It almost looks like maple maybe. But in any case, it's going to be a good guitar when we get done. And I can't wait to play this thing again. I'm already like dreaming about it. That's how it goes with me. When I start doing this, it's just it's game on until I get it done. I won't even be able to sleep. I'll be up at night and wake up and sketch out a wiring diagram. I'm not even kidding you. This stuff it haunts me. It's just so fun though. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, like and subscribe if you haven't. I know this is kind of a boring video here, but it is what it is. This is how it goes, and you know, it's a good little way to get away from noise for a while and just peace and quiet. The sound of a screwdriver removing a screw, you know, that kind of thing. And you know, it's a cool thing. Once you start thinking about what it could be, your mind will just start like snowballing. That's the fun part. Just trying, you know, it isn't always the things that ends up in the guitar. It's all the thought process that kind of went into it, even the stuff that never made it to tape, so to speak, okay? It's a lot of fun, and if you guys have never tried anything like this, I highly recommend it. I really do. Go find a cheap guitar and order some pickups and some tone pots and volume pots, and away you go. Okay, guys, enough rambling. We'll see you on the next big one. This one's underway. All right, see you soon. Be good. Okie doke.